Recording of call received 11:22 a.m. the 9th of February from Child Support Services. There will be some skipping so that personal information isn't disclosed.
Yes, I do.
No worries. So the reason for my call is you did send through a document just asking about your I just need to inform you the call may be recorded, monitored, listened to for quality coaching, security and integrity purposes. Sorry, I lost my brain this morning. Can you just confirm your full name, date of birth, current address, including state and postcode, please? Yep, it just sounds a bit echoey. Email address?
16.
No worries. So I'm just calling back in regards to the notification that you sent through asking for correspondence in regards to the payments that you've been receiving.
No, I'm asking for an explanation as to why I am not receiving, and this is consistently going on and has now for the last 5 years, why I'm not receiving the full amount of child support that Mark is paying you.
So you have received all that's been owed. There's nothing outstanding. So I've had a look on the account. So because it is on third-party payments, the money would be dispersed to you once it's received.
Okay.
So I've gone back sort of through the account, and on sometimes, they've sort of sent through. So back on the 16th of the 9th, there was 808. 20th of the 10th, there was 1006. Then 802, 1002, 712, and just on the 8th of the 2nd, there was another $89.47. So the account is all up to date. So they're sending through the money
Sorry, how much did you say was paid on the 8th of the 2nd?
8th of the 2nd, there was $89.47. On the 5th of the 2nd, there was $712.61.
Right.
The 11th of the 1st, there was $1,002.60. Okay. So the money's getting sent through as it comes through from the third party. So if, it's sort of not aligning to when child support is due and there is, a bit of an outstanding amount, as soon as it's received, it's sent through to you. So the account is actually up to date. There's nothing outstanding at all.
Okay, so you will note that I have sent that request to you. I believe it would have been maybe the 1st or 2nd of February, where your systems were showing that I was getting a payment of $712. Now, as per the information that I sent to you, Mark is obligated to pay me. Do you want to just confirm it's over $800? Sorry, I can look at that.
Yeah, it's $871.92. Yeah.
Yeah. So as of even today, being the 9th of February, in my National Australia bank account, the only funds that have been received are $712.61. You're stating that an additional payment has been made, but still that doesn't equate to the over $800 that is due to be paid to me, which I know Mark pays through his work, and we've now had discussions that that's going to be paid weekly. So I guess, again, holding Child Support Services to account regarding the anomalies, because certainly on our side, the third party being Parota Services have made a commitment now to ensure that weekly payment is made, and I certainly trust.
So you won't receive weekly payments?
No. I'm not asking to receive weekly payments. I guess what we're trying to establish is why I'm not receiving full payments from Child Support Services, even though Cameron from Parota is now paying that weekly. Sorry, whilst I'm talking to you, I'm Just attempting to get my MyGov account up. Just bear with me a moment. Where are we? So, as you will see, and I will see, my monthly rate should be $871.92. Now, I can see that you intend to make a second payment, which, just to clarify, has not been received, and that second payment is for $89.47, correct? So you're seeing, so $89.47 plus $712 that I've received does not equate to, even that does not equate to what the monthly payment should be. So this is where I keep asking you guys, where's this money that isn't being paid? And we can't be saying that it is Mark not paying or Mark's work not paying, because he pays in excess of what the current assessment is to ensure that that it's paid. So my understanding is that Mark pays approximately $210 a week. So I'm just trying to figure out where all this money is gone and why, all of a sudden when I do query it the following month, I seem to get a big bulk of money. So in this case, I've raised the question.
I don't know. I don't know what you're insinuating, but the money that comes through from the third party is paid to you once it's received. Even if they're taking the money from his account on a weekly basis, they send it through to us on a monthly basis.
Well, they're sending it through weekly.
And he wouldn't be paying in excess of what is more than the assessment. We only ask for the assessed amount.
Okay. So my question to you, though, is why am I not on a monthly basis?
So what about on the 11th of the 1st when you received, so $1,002.60?
Yeah.
So that was more.
Yeah. So
if you go through and add them all up, it all would add up to what you should receive.
Yeah. So that was received after both myself and Parada Services lodged yet another complaint with the Child Support Services. So
if you don't like the service, then you can opt out of Child Support Collect and collect it off him yourself on a weekly basis.
I'm sorry.
We're paying it to you.
What is your name?
Kim.
So, Kim, is that your response? Because I think that I would like a more, eligible response to a legitimate query that even you yourself are evidencing. And that is my query. My query was not, this payment specifically. It actually was a query made prior to even the payment. So you guys had, put something up that I was getting paid $712. So that is not $871. And again, the $712 plus the $89 that I'm apparently going to get paid again still doesn't equate to $870. I'm not implying anything other than what is documented fact.
No worries. I'm just going to get a different department to see if they're available for you to speak to, okay? I'll just put on a quick hold.
Thanks, Kim.
Mark has always paid in excess of what the weekly rate is.
Interesting, same hold music as Waratah. who are you transferring me to?
Just a different department so that they can explain it to you.
So what department is that? Just in case we get cut off.
It won't get cut off because I'll be waiting on the phone until they answer.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just going to get this up. Alright, but I'll just put you on hold. I'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks, Kim. Hello.
Hi there, how you going? This is Jared.
Hello, Jared. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Just, if it's all right, just your full name, that's all.
Nicole Lee Kennedy.
Thanks, Nicole. That's all fine. So I've just had a conversation with the previous service officer in regards to, I think, the calculation of where things are and the correspondence you've sent through.
Correct.
Right. And I'm just looking at the correspondence. So from what I can see, you sent a screenshot of something. I'm just wondering when you had taken those screenshots.
So on the date that I sent the correspondence, Jared?
Oh, on that date. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So that one looks like 7th.
This one I don't actually have the same.
Right. Do you have any particular questions about that? So I can see, obviously, what the annual rate is at a given point in time, payable by Mark. We've got your monthly rate based on that annual rate, which is still currently the same. We've got the breakdown of that. Obviously for Bo, of which you have 100%. I'm just wondering what the particular question was.
So my question is, Jared, is my wonderful ex-husband through his company called Perotta pays in
Sorry, he's got a
excess.
company called Perotta?
No, the company that pays you, the third-party Perotta services,
Okay, a third party that
pays
we're linked with, potentially.
pays in excess of what I am receiving. So, I'm sorry, it's very noisy in the background. Would you like to call me back?
I can hear you.
Well, I can't hear you, and it's quite echoey. So I was just speaking with Kim, was it? And she seemed to be, I don't know, at home. You're clearly in a call centre?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, background
Yeah,
noise.
so...
Oh, that's better. The background noise is going, or only when I'm talking?
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, brilliant. So, Kim, and obviously, you're speaking to me at the moment and going through this. So, that is correct. We do have Mark linked with a third party. Potentially, you might know who the third party is, but
So,
I can't confirm or deny.
Jared,
Yeah.
perhaps you read my correspondence and give me a call back, because I'm not sure why I've been transferred to you, but there is a clear, concise question there regarding the variance of payment.
Okay. Bear with me.
And sorry, what department are you from, Jared?
I'm from a department
Con and his sister are sitting at home doing
Hello?
this. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not sure. So I've just uploaded the evidence, receipt, ID, screenshot details for my next payment due February the 8th. And current assessment, can you explain why the monthly assessment is $871.42 and I'm only due to be paid $712.61?
I'm sorry, are you solutions or resolutions, Gateway? Just questioning.
Solutions.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so for order services on behalf of Barclays, and I've been paying in excess of weekly of, and in fact, more than a month in advance of payments. Right. So, with child support, in terms of when we link with a third party, say for example, we receive advance payments from that third party.
All child support is through a third party. Anyway, yeah.
So say for example, like from a payer, that is, if they're linked, if that third party is paying us on behalf of them excess, then what sometimes happens is, well, if we receive it, that is, then we don't necessarily send through the entire amount directly to the payee. What we get and what the payee receives is sometimes different. What the payee receives is more or less what the maintenance that's been raised for that particular, let's say, month or however it's calculated. Sometimes payees and payers can have third parties garnish things at a particular period, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the payee will receive that in the same period.
Jared, I have had my ex-husband pay me child support for 7 years. My question is clear and concise. Why is the $871 or whatever it is he's supposed to pay per month that he pays to you not being paid to me?
Let's have a look.
Please remember, we're in Australia, so...
Sorry, please remember...
Never mind.
We don't use that. We use
324 712.61. Right. Okay, 31st, 4th, liability, 10th of the due date of that, fine. Due date.
I just don't know where you go to access that because I can't access it.
Right, that's fine. What about that? Fine.
When you lodge your tax return,
Fine. 200. What about that? 712. Fine. 7th of the 1st. So, with some of the ways, I'm not sure if you're like this is calculated weekly. Hello?
Yeah.
So the way that this is calculated weekly, there's particular due dates associated with those associated lines of calculations.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we've just passed the 7/7 is a general, each of the month. So the preceding month payments or liabilities rather that have been calculated in the preceding month, the month of January in general, and it depends exactly on
Which
the
has
dates.
31 days.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like depending on exactly when they are, it's not always the case that some payments that span across, the end of the month and then the start of the next one may fall in the subsequent month. They're not always, they're not always necessarily due on the following month because, well, we've generally, like, in terms of when payments will be dispersed to the payee, if they've been received, that is. Some of those particular payments could be received and then dispersed potentially later because of that later due date on some of these lines that have been raised.
So, Jared,
Yep.
I received on the 2nd of February, two notifications that two payments were going to be received. Your background noise seems to increase every time I speak.
Bear with me, I'm just looking at something else.
I think you better check your systems. Can you call me back when you don't have all the raised background noise when I speak?
Am I on speaker, by the way?
Yes, you are.
Right. Sometimes, and apologies for this, sometimes when we get put on speaker, the system obviously gets your input and it tries to, validate that based on the volume of your side. But what I'll try to do is I'll try to, on my end, try to minimise my volume and see if that helps.
That might help. That might be good. So,
Bear with me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Is it better?
It's better now when I'm talking, absolutely. So,
Okay.
Jared, I guess what I want to know is that on the 5th of February and the 8th of February, your system state payments, correct?
Yeah, that's right. So, have you received the $89 payment yet or not yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. Yep.
But regardless of
that though, right? It's coming.
Yep, that still doesn't equate.
Yep.
That still doesn't equate to the monthly payment that should be received. And I suppose I have received emails from you on the 2nd of February and also yesterday. So
When you say emails, correspondence, right? Yep.
correct. So child support payment information. So I've received 2 on the 2nd of February and 2 yesterday. I've received 1 payment from you, and that equates to, as you're aware, $712. I've received nothing else, yet my wonderful ex-husband, and no, we're not going to do a direct payment,
No, that's your call, yeah.
has paid you guys, and subsequently his work has now also agreed to pay you guys weekly.
Okay.
So I guess my question is why is there a variance? And that is clear and concise in my email, and you are not explaining that.
So that $871.92 per month is, if we look at the slice of, so we go off annual rates as determined by a formula, which is, you've probably seen $10,463 per year.
Yep. But where's the excess?
Pardon?
Where's the excess?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Continue what you were saying.
Yep, so that $10,463, obviously we just simply, and it depends, the weekly rates are calculated differently to a monthly rate. So like $871.92 comes from $10,463.
Divided by 50.
We divide that by 12, obviously, we get this 871.91.
Yeah.
Right, so what that 252 is it's still like the annual rate still remains the same at any given point in time. Now that annual rate could change, not necessarily on a even date, but
it changes when our circumstances change.
Well, inputs into the formula, yeah.
It's not a formula, it's a basic knowledge that there are 365 days in a year, there are 52 weeks in a year and 12 months in a year. My question to you is,
But the calculation's slightly different.
If I was being paid for the previous month, there are 31 days in that month, so I should in fact have the full payment or in excess of that full payment, to be honest, because there's, when you do that calculation, it's actually, what is it, 30.3 reoccurring?
Well, I see where you're coming from, but what we go off is, say for example, this, and just I guess with the weekly rate, so obviously, divide that 10,463 by 12 and you get that monthly rate, but that weekly rate of $252 we get from $200.52. Apologies. We get that from going 10.
I understand. Trust me. I was a straight A student in maths, believe me. I'm a project manager in construction. You don't need to explain calculations to me. And certainly they're calculations that my 9-year-old could do. So my question to you again is, why haven't I not been paid a full payment? So if you guys want to get back to me with some legitimate answers, because you're not explaining that to me at the moment.
I mean, in short, the answer is, when this has been raised, for whatever days have been raised, the liability that is or has
Jared,
been owing or overdue.
Can I have a reference number, and do you want to give me a call back or send me some information, because I don't understand what you're talking about.
So, like I said, we calculate that on an annual rate, right? We calculate what should be paid on an annual rate, that being currently it's $10,463.
Just pausing for a moment. Imagine these scammers talking to people about their bank accounts, their home loans, and their credit cards. This has occurred in my life, obviously, with the same scammers that I have noted with the Federal Police and Victoria Police for many years now, and obviously occurred when my mother was ripped off through the system with the Three Crowns Hotel. I'll continue the torture of these idiots with this recording, but I will be continuing to keep these things as evidence and continue to post every conversation that I'm having until Victoria or the Federal Police do something about these very well-known families.
Jared?
Yep.
What is $712 plus $89?
Yeah, so 712 plus 89, bear with me, what do we got? It's obviously it doesn't equal that amount, 712.
So what amount does it equal? What is that calculation? Tell me what that exact calculation based on.
$802.08.
Yep, so what formula are you using based on a daily?
Of which, so that is a function of what has already been paid previously to you and what has changed.
Of how many days?
Well, bear with me, I'll tell you. Because this would have changed to weekly at some point in time previously, and it could have been potentially a long time ago, right?
But that $802 doesn't equate to any weekly, daily, or monthly or annual rate.
And it shouldn't, because that's what has actually been paid as opposed to what the calculation value. All that $871.42 is a monthly calculation of what should be paid.
So you're telling me
the annual rate, the calculation.
That
it's not necessarily.
Parada Services only paid you $802. Is that correct?
Well, we've received monies of which $802 and how many cents was it? 8 cents.
Yep.
was what has been raised so far as being owed to you. That monies that we have received, we have dispersed.
What do you mean? What has been? So you're. Let me just correct, or you can correct me. So you are saying
No, you're right.
that you have received X amount of dollars, and of the X amount of dollars, you believe that only $802 is eligible for payment.
That is correct. Yep.
Okay, right.
As at right now.
And so
That may obviously, as at this particular time,
yeah. So the full amount that Parota Services has sent has not been dispersed to me. Is that correct?
Well, they could have dispersed things, but that's what I'm saying. It may not necessarily be dispersed, but
Who are
it
they?
will only be like the third party.
No. So I know how much Parota Services have sent you, and it's in excess of $802. So my question
Potentially, I can't confirm that for privacy reasons exactly. All I can say...
I can. So I can confirm that.
No, that's fine. Of course.
So my question,
I can't. That's all.
Okay. So I guess my knowledge is that Parota Service in fact have banked greater than a month in advance, so over $1,800, and your services are saying $802 is what you have deemed as the dispersible figure. Is that correct?
Well, I can't confirm that it's Parota Services, but I can confirm that if a third party does that, then a similar situation would be corrected, that we can receive more from this third party, and that may sit as, I can't confirm the exact values or if there may be a positive balance, but we will disperse only what is being calculated as a function of what's previously been owed to you and since the start of the case. Yeah.
And are you able to send me the calculation that you use based on that information? Because I don't seem to be getting this calculation. And it's certainly not available online. And I guess the last time I spoke to you, you spoke of policy, and policy is not relevant in this discussion. So
when you mean policy, what do we say about policy?
I don't know.
Mind me asking?
I don't know. I didn't even read the correspondence. Well, actually, it wasn't even a case of correspondence. I was speaking to some lad who mentioned policy. But in this case, we're talking about a calculation or a formula that is currently being used to calculate my disbursement. So I'd like to know if you can send me a link to where that formula is publicised, or if you can provide me that information.
Now, when you say formula, as in the general child support formula?
Yeah. So not the general child support formula, because that is readily available online. What's not available online is the formula that child support are using to...
Or have used, because it would have changed. The inputs of that would have changed.
Okay, used or are using to disperse funds received to the reciprocant.
Well, we can't ever guarantee that funds are going to be dispersed, but what you mean is more calculated what should be dispersed. Is that what you're referring to?
No. I want to know what formula you guys are using to disperse funds. You just said that based on your... So calculations and formulas are identical things in this case, in all cases actually, and therefore, you must have a formula or a calculation you use to disperse funds.
So you mean to currently work out the 10,463 annually, of which we're using this, that's the output of the formula?
No. To work out the $802 that you sent or are supposed to send this month.
So that's a function of, like I said, different changes from the start of your case, and would have been sent in various assessment letters? No. You should obviously, you guys get paid a certain amount of money per
week, per fortnight or per month, and you've decided, in your words only, that your assessment is that a disbursement is $802 is what I'm entitled to based on
today.
Yeah. So that's bullshit, sorry to use that language, because I know my ex-husband for the last however many years has paid in excess of what is required on a weekly basis. And I'm going to continue to complain to child support until you can provide me the formula that you apparently use to calculate what should be, in your case has said, what you deem to be what is due to me, when in fact whatever my ex-husband pays you is deemed to be due to me. So I'm asking the question, where is the formula based on the entire time that we have had child support, and specifically between, let's just say, the last 12 months?
Okay, so have you got your MyGov letters there at all?
No, I don't. Because you guys don't seem to want to you guys don't want to upload them to MyGov for some reason, which is very interesting also.
We should have uploaded them to MyGov. You haven't got them? Or?
No, there's nothing. No, child support doesn't seem to want to correspond through MyGov. So happy to receive those via MyGov.
Let me just check your preferences, sorry. So we do have it currently selected as MyGov.
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which means any formal letters like assessments or changes, if the other parent was to lodge an estimate, if you were allowed to lodge an estimate or something else changes, then we send you correspondence via, MyGov as at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I mean, that's selected correctly moving forwards.
Yep. So again, I'm asking you to provide me the formula that you have based my current payment of $802 on.
I can tell you how it's calculated now, and then I can tell you potentially a change.
Could you put that in writing? Could you put it in writing and send it through MyGov?
Oh, I can send you the assessment letter.
No, I don't want the assessment letter. I have the assessment letter. I've sent you a screenshot of the assessment. I'm asking child support services or whoever I'm speaking to, what were you, your solutions payment team or whatnot, to provide me the specific details on how you made an assessment as per my original request on, I think, the 2nd or the 4th of February, that initially you deemed $712 to be the payment for the 31st of January, or the month of Jan, and then you've made an additional payment of $89, so the total equating to around about $802, and the monthly assessment states 800 and what was it, 70, I think. But child support deemed that $802 is what should be paid. So I want to know how you calculate that variance of $67 or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with this, I'm just wondering, like, it sounds like you're obviously complaining with regards to this, and like, I'm just clarifying here because
Jared, you'll see that every couple of months I decide to contact you because still no one has provided me a legitimate answer, and no one can provide me. It's a bit like RoboJet, yeah? Give me the answer.
So, like in terms of, I'm trying to, in terms of
I like, don't like, no like. Can you provide me an answer like? Sorry.
Yeah, so I did say that with regards to this, and I'm looking at what you've sent through. You've sent through an assessment
Jared?
a screenshot of
Jared,
that.
we've been on the phone now. Well, I've been on the phone to your services, which interestingly actually answered quite quickly. But I've been on the phone now for 43 minutes. I really don't have any further time. It would be wonderful if you could write to me and provide me a specific breakdown of exactly why I was only paid $802 of the $871 deemed by Child Support Services as all that was due to me, why that came in 2 payments and the second payment still hasn't been paid. That would be great.
Yeah. I'm hearing that, and like I said, obviously it sounds like you're complaining as to why you
So,
have
Jared, could I just have a case number on this, and could you please give me a call back or send me an email? That would be great. Don't have time to.
Now, we can't send...
Well, send something through MyGov.
So, like I said, we can send through assessment letters in relation to this, but we're happy to sort of send through assessment letters that have the calculations at the bottom of it and the dates that they might have changed. Now, putting that all together and sending something in, I've sort of explained that it's a function of previous...
Yeah, you've explained. You've explained nothing. So can you put it in writing to me? Send it through MyGov, and I can read that because I'm not going to spend another 45 minutes talking blah to you about this lack. So could you do that for me and give me a reference number?
So my question is, would you like to lodge a complaint in relation to this?
I already did. That's what I did initially. That's why you have this. We're having this conversation. Do you have the complaint in front of you? Is it not in front of you?
This is a complaint if you don't.
Well, it came to you as a feedback, as a complaint.
Okay. Have you got some further time there?
No, I don't. I've just explained to you. So if you could call me back, you have a complaint reference number. Or I guess, you're just a bullshit call centre and wasting my time.
One for you if you bear with me.
You might be able to get one what? A complaint number? I have a complaint number.
What's the complaint number if you don't mind me asking?
It should be right in front of you because you just referenced what I said, earlier in this call.
The number? What number, if you don't, or reference were you referring to?
So the last complaint that I lodged with you guys, which you actually just read out to me before, so you would see that was a complaint. So what was that reference?
Okay. Okay. So, I see what you mean. Your request was the complaint, that email that you sent.
Sorry?
That correspondence that you had sent through to us?
Yes.
That's your intention of
that was via a complaint made to you guys on the 3rd of February. Do you need my receipt number for that?
No, let me try to follow this up. Bear with me.
So I'll just give you the receipt number for the child support complaint reference on the 3rd of February. The receipt number was 6164629. If you'd like to get back to me on writing, that would be great.
Bear with me. I just want to see if...
I can't bear with you any longer because I've been wasting my time with you for 47 minutes and I think that's long enough. So if you could get back to me, that would be great.
I can't guarantee this is
Thank you, Jared. I'm not waiting another 47 minutes for... Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye.
So I think it's very clear and concise that I am speaking with scammers, and I have no doubt that this has been, which I mentioned earlier, happening for definitely the last 20 years, starting off with Con Meserites gaining access to my computer, following by Bruno Timpano also direct access to my computer. Very hard to provide proof yet, but I think the historical documentation related to the Three Crowns Hotel from approximately 1990 is further evidence that this is definitely happening collectively with the Commonwealth Bank. 12 or so months ago, when I made inquiries with the Commonwealth Bank regarding historical documents related to my family at the Errol Street, North Melbourne branch, they shut down the branch. I've reported this to AFP and have been referred to a mental health service. I have reported it to Victoria Police, and similarly the same thing has happened. Everyone that I have reported, I most certainly feel that I can evidence the connection with them, be that the Timpano family, be that the Diaprano family, be that the Mezzaridi family, and the Commonwealth Bank. If this is happening to me, I have no doubt that every person or every property address that I have ever mentioned, it has happened to as well. Highlighting now that nobody seems to want to respond to me about 120 Milliara Road, Keilor East, where a single elderly man has now gone missing, and a man that I personally assisted, and Victoria Police, Moonee Valley City Council, no one wants to respond to his whereabouts. A simple gesture like that, and then magnify that to all that's occurring to me. What is happening in Victoria?